Well, there's the max at the far right-hand side, 580 for Liew, looking good still.
Yeah, that graphic obviously based on each player striking out for the next 17 frames, which I probably don't think is going to happen, but you never know.
Well, more tempting fate again. He went awfully wide once more, but just a little sooner in the lane than the last time. So by the time the hook started to happen, he just came plumb into the pocket.
Yeah, surprisingly, he's finding quite a lot of friction on the outside of the lane there. You would have thought that would have been a reasonable amount of oil out there, but the lane has just been freshly dressed. But he's getting a great reaction from the outside, managed to rip it back to the headpin and carry all 10.
Last delivery was good for Liew, working a strike. Very, very straight on that one, and well, both these left-handers having issues early on.
Yeah, just missed his mark there. Just pulled it inside slightly to the right. As soon as that came off his hand, it was inside his mark, and of course it went high through the headpin. Didn't stand a chance of making the 1-2 pocket. Probably have to settle for a spare here, which he does.
Yeah, that was well tidied out by Liew. Yeah, even Stevens at the moment between these two. Good spare from Alex.
Yeah, just a slight advantage for Paul after 4 frames.
Yeah, that's how it looks, Cass. So, and it really is a slight advantage. There's nothing in this one at all at the moment. More with the edge, but a long way to go.
Welcome back to the partycasino.com World 10-Pin Masters. It's action from the opening round. Paul Moore against Alex Liew.
Paul Moore then, the 3-time finalist here at this World 10-Pin Masters. Working as hard as ever, but at the moment not quite getting the results, and well, the last few deliveries for Paul Moore, Cass, have rather epitomised his season.
Yeah, this ball really got away from him off the hand. It just wasn't a good delivery at all. See the look on his face, he knows it straight away. In fact, I think at one stage he was looking at that might actually drop in the gutter. He got back and got some chain reaction going. Just left himself a 10-pin in the corner.
Yeah, when you pick up the Paul Moore biog, you expect to see under the last 12 months' achievements win, 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 win. But nothing of the sort. It's all been seconds, thirds, and even lower. And I think by his own admittance, he'd probably say he's cost himself a few quid this year.
Just came back from a big tournament in the Middle East and unfortunately didn't even qualify in the top 50. It's just been one of those seasons so far.
Yeah, the highs and lows of professional sport, and Moore having to cope with that again. But as we've said before, if he's going to kick-start the career again, this is the place to do it. At the venue he loves, in the tournament he loves, the World 10-Pin Masters.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. All of these players enjoy playing what they call match play, which is head-to-head, one-on-one. Many of the tournaments around the world, they just have to qualify with a score and don't get the opportunity to play, as I say, head-to-head stuff. This is really the style of 10-pin that they like.
Oh, we like that, and it's not got the strike.
Yeah, much better shot. Very much down the line, keeping it straight. Not looking for too much angle or too much hook. And unfortunate just to leave that 7-pin standing in the corner. Slightly soft hit. The 4-pin jumped right around it. Still needs to make the spare though. It does nicely. So the halfway stage, there's just 10 pins difference.
Oh, not much at all in it between these two left-handers. Nervy times for them. Liew on 5.49 if he strikes out from here. More though, if he cleans up, can get 5.59 for the win. Paul Moore has just been so successful here at this tournament, here on this single lane format. And when you talk to him about this, he just loves this whole idea of performing in front of the crowd. The fact that it's just a few miles from his home Makes it even more special. But that's another super shot. And that's what I like about Paul Moore, Cass. It's this workmanlike attitude, the fact that he is willing to try anything to get back into the pocket.
Really got that ball right into the lane. Really gave it some juice, as we say. And got the reaction in the back end he was looking for. It's carried all 10 pins. Gives him his 4th strike of the match so far.
Well, he might just have to bully his way out of this one. That's certainly what he's trying at the moment. Liew has finessed the ball down there to the pocket at the moment, and he's just been a touch too straight on several occasions. Taking it wider this time and got the result. That's great work from Alex Liew. Trusted to his instincts there, Cass.
Yeah, a well-spotted adjustment, Simon. Just gave it a little bit more width to the left-hand side of it, although it was still straight, and it just turned up nicely to the pocket. A real classic shot, this. Great reaction, carries all 10.
Well, he certainly looks comfortable and happy there.
Simon, as you mentioned, it's the difference between Paul and Alex at the moment is that Paul is fighting. He's really cranking the ball up, giving it lots of rotation, using an awful lot of power. Alex seems to be just stroking it down the lane quite leisurely and seems to be enjoying himself as well.
Oh, nearly. Messenger not quite making it across.
Again, it's the angle of entry into that in between the 1 and the 2 pin that Paul's struggling with. It's actually too much angle, too much power. That's why that 7 pin standing.
It's a bit like taking a penalty, Cass, isn't it, and not being quite sure where you want to put the ball. So your coach just says, look, just go up there and thump it. And well, that's what Moore's doing.
Just give it a belt and hope it goes in. Well, sometimes it does, but not all the time. Whereas Liew is on a different type of player. He's spotting his ball where he wants it to go. He's placing it nicely. But it's a good spare from Moore.
Well, concerns for Paul Moore at the moment. He's just not converting as many times as he'd like. He's got 4 strikes, but unfortunately spares in between them, reducing that scoring capacity. Alex Liew at the moment, the man who will fancy his chances, just took the ball out a little wider on his last delivery. He must surely go there again.
Yeah, and to make the double, which he hasn't had yet. It looks similar, doesn't it?
No.
Just finished hard on the high on the head pin. That leaves the 4 pin standing. He just held that ball out for a fraction of a second longer. He would have cleared all 10 pins away. Fails to make the double.
Well, we're approaching the halfway stage, and this is still a very even match. You get the feeling that if someone can just put a turkey together, those 3 strikes in the row, that might be enough.
Well, as we've said before, and we've seen before in this type of one-on-one format, it's the player that strings the strikes together on a consistent basis, and we're talking 4, 5, possibly 6 strikes in a row. That's where the matches are won and lost.
Nothing to divide these two at the moment. Right, what's Paul Moore's next move? He's tried brute force. He's tried a little change of line. Well, looks like he's teeing it up again, Cass, for the big one.
Well, he's had nothing less than 9, has he? Strikes and 9s, but needs to string some together. Well, it's a pin in the opposite corner this time. It's the 7 pin. Sorry, it's the 10 pin. And for a left-hander, that's slightly unusual. Lots of reaction in the back end. Doesn't quite make the head pin perfectly, and you can see that. Frustration creeps to his face. Again, it can only be a spare.
It's just not Paul Moore at the line. There's not that solidity about the finish to the delivery that we normally see from Paul. He's coming away from the shot. That's well cleared up.
It seems as though he's snatching at the shot. Doesn't seem to be getting through the ball as much as he used to.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Cass. Maybe this has been